Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss the public expenditure. So we have the meaning, objectives, significance, importance and classification of public expenditure. So what is the meaning and definition of public expenditure? Public expenditure refers to government expenditure or government spending. Okay, we have the different types of governments or public authorities are there, like central, state and local governments of a country. So these are the governments are spending some amount of money on different development and welfare activities in the particular any country. Public expenditure can be defined as the expenditure incurred by public authorities like central, state, and local governments to satisfy the collective social wants of the people is known as public expenditure. So the government motto uh, is to provide the welfare and some infrastructure facilities to the uh, people. Okay, people have the different types of collective wants like defense and street providing the street lights by the government, and the government as providing the justice and police system. Okay, these are all are the collective social wants of the people in the society. So that's why the social wants should be satisfied by the government. Okay, the satisfy of the social wants should be satisfy the government with the spending the some amount of money on the providing the social wants. Okay, social wants is the nothing but the social goods like health, education, and defense, land order, street lights. Okay, these are all are the collective social wants. Means all our people are used the collectively used the so social wants are social goods. Like example, for example, we have take the street lights. Street lights only not only one person is not using the street lights. Okay, any one person, rich or poor people, irrespective of the all sections of the society, they are using the street lights. Okay, that is called the social wants or collective social wants. Okay, the providing the government is providing the that street lights with the spending some amount of money or invest or uh, some expenditure compulsory should be there on the particular providing the street lights good. Okay, so this is the anything the satisfy of the social wants of the people is the one of the objective to the government. Any government or central, state or local, any government have the objective to are providing the different type of commodities to the people in the society. Okay, this is the public expenditure definition. Okay, simply we have remembered public expenditure is nothing but the government expenditure or government spending. Okay, government have the different authorities: central, state, local. Okay, local governments has spending money on different activities like grama panchayatis. Okay, there's a local governments and mandal level. Okay, these are all the local governments. And state governments, okay, for example, Telangana state, Andhra Pradesh state. Okay, the state have the authority to spend or responsibility to spend amount of money on different development activities. Okay, are coming into the central government as a federal governments. So central government have compulsory have the responsibility to spend amount of money. Okay, this is the different type of public authorities are spending amount of money on development and welfare activities in the country. Okay, this is the public expenditure meaning and definition. Okay, throughout the 19th century, and this is the history of the public expenditure, how the governments are spending amount money on 19th century and 20th century. Okay, in 19th century, laissez-faire economic policies and their functions were only. Okay, in that 19th century, only economic policies, their functions are concerned there. restricted to defending aggression and maintaining law and order. The size of public expenditure was very small. Okay, in laissez-faire system, the government is not intervening the all on all activities. Only some primary activities are intervene. Primary government is intervening in the only primary activities, primary functions. So example, economic policies, defense, law and order, that's only. So but now the expenditure of the governments all over has significantly increased. So in the early 20th century, John Maynard Keynes advocated the role of public expenditure in determination of level of income and its distribution. In developing countries, public expenditure policy not only accelerates economic growth and promotes employment opportunities, but also plays a useful role in reducing poverty and inequalities in income distribution. Okay, in 19th century there is a small role of the government in the different activities. That's why the government spending amount money on different activities is very small. But in now 20th century, according to the John Maynard Keynes, J.M. Keynes, the role of expenditure in determination of level of income. Okay, what amount is obtained to the government by the different activities. Okay, and the whatever the income is obtained to the government, that amount is should be distributed to the all sectors. Okay, so this is given by the John Maynard Keynes. Okay, that's why the government um, um, expenditure is going to be very expanding. So example, for example, we are taking developing countries, under developing countries. Okay, not only the government is uh, uh, to see the accelerates economic growth and promotes employment opportunities. Okay, and role in reduce poverty and inequalities income distribution. Okay, these are all very important um, uh, responsibilities will be taken by the government. Okay, that's why the government is role and spending amount on these are all the activities. Okay, economic growth, promote employment opportunities. Okay, and reducing poverty and reducing the income inequalities. Okay, these are all are the functions is activities. Functions are state activities is going to the increased day by day, year by year. That's why public spending is our government role is very expanding now. Okay, okay, this is the main difference between 20th century and 19th centuries. 19th century laissez-faire system is there, the government intervention is very small, that's why government spending is very small. Okay, in 20th century, when we are occurred that situation, depression, 1929 1930. So in this depression period, the government should be intervene to reduce the depression or recession on the 20th century. That's why John Maynard Keynes advocated to government role is compulsory expanding to reduce the depression in the world. Okay, from that period, the government is activities is increasing and the government spending is also year by year is very increased. Okay, this is the main history of the public expenditure, how the 19th century's government expenditure is there, 20th century government expenditure is there. So what are the public objectives of the public expenditure? The major objectives of the public expenditure are administration of land order and justice. Okay, the government is should be have the administered the land order and maintenance of public force, police force. Okay, for protecting the people, and maintenance of army and provision of defense goods. Okay, maintenance of diplomats in foreign countries, public administration. The government is appointing IAS IPS officers to maintain the efficient maintaining and efficient administered the government. Okay, servicing of public debt. Okay, the government is not enough money revenue in the government. The government compulsory should borrowing the money, some amount of money, on foreign countries or internal or external. Okay, that's why the servicing of public debt is a very important. So that uh, borrowing the borrowing money should be repayment with the rate of interest. Okay, so year by year how the amount public debt is there, how we are reducing the public debt, and how we are repayment of public debt, but it should be responsible by the government. That is one of the objective. And development of industries, development of transport and communication, provision for public health, providing the public health to the people, and creation of social goods. Okay, in a okay, these are all of the main objectives of the public expenditure. In modern welfare state, the government spending expenditure revenue or capital is going to be increased. In 1991, 98,000, it is should be increased, uh, 10 lakhs 18,526 crores to be increased. Okay, this is the it shows the government expenditure is increased. Okay, year by year. Okay, need and importance significance of the public expenditure. Okay, public expenditure has to play an important role. It helps to accelerate economic growth and ensure economic stability. Public expenditure can promote economic development as follows. Okay, government spending money compulsory. It should be promote the economic development. Okay, so what are the aspects are there? We will have discussed. To promote rapid economic development, to promote trade and commerce, to promote rural development, to promote balanced regional growth, to develop agricultural industrial sectors, to build socio-economic overheads, example roadways, railways, power, irrigation, etc. To exploit and develop mineral sources like coal and oil, to provide collective wants and maximize social welfare, to promote full employment and maintain price stability, to ensure an equitable distribution of income. Okay, the if the government is take these are all are the um, aspects. Okay, compulsory the government is also spending, and these are all are the things should be concentrated. Economic development is a very important. Trade and commerce, the government spending on rural development activities, and the government is also to promote the balanced regional growth. Okay, in country particular, in a country so many states has the various income levels, various development growths are there. So but the government, the central government should concentrate on the regional balances. Okay, to reduce the regional imbalance, to promote the balanced regional growth. So compulsory should be done with the spending and allocation of some finance to the some regions which are the backward regions, which are the underdeveloped states are there. The government concentrated on those states for the development. Agriculture and industry sectors to develop. Okay, the government is provide the socio and economic infrastructure facilities like roadways, railways, power, mineral resources, transport, communication, health, education, hygiene, housing. Okay, these are socio-economic overheads or socio-economic infrastructure facilities. Next, to protect the mineral resources. Okay, and to provide collective wants and maximize social welfare, to provide the full employment facilities. Okay, and maintain price stability is a very important in the economy, and to reduce the income inequalities, uh, compulsory it should be done with the equitable distribution of income. Okay, these are all are the need, important, significance of public expenditure. So what is the importance of public expenditure? Okay, Anna, we before slide we have discussed, but according to the James Keynes, the role of public expenditure in the determination of level of income and distribution is now well recognized. So level of income. Okay, what is the amount is getting to the government by the different tax resources and non-tax resources. How the income is distributed means the government is obtained the revenue. Okay, that revenue must distributed or spending on different development and welfare activities in the country. Okay, the public expenditure can be used as a lever to rise aggregate demand and thereby to get economy out of recession. Okay. On the other hand, through variation in public expenditure, aggregate demand can be managed to check inflation in the economy. So, aggregate demand is very important to get economy out of recession. So, another aggregate when we the government is wanted to check the inflation. So, with the only aggregate demand. So, what aggregate how much aggregate demand is there in market, how with that aggregate demand the government uh, will check the inflation in the economy and improve the income distribution to direct the allocation of resources in the desired lands and to influence composition of national product. In the developing countries also the role public expenditure is very highly significant. Definitely, in the developing countries, economic, social, logical problems are very high is there. That's why the government is responsible is also very highly significant to spend on to remove and reduce the those are all are the problems, poverty, unemployment, regional imbalance, and income inequalities. Okay, these are problems removed with the spending by the government. Okay, okay, these are the promoting employment facilities to reduce the poverty, to reduce income inequalities. Okay, so that's why the government role is a very important with the government spending on different activities and two different uh, problems will be removed by the government. So what is the next thing is very important, classification of public expenditure. So different economists have looked at public expenditure from different point of view. The following classification is based on these different views. So first one classification is functional classification. So the government performs various functions like defense, social welfare, agriculture, infrastructure, and industrial development. The expenditure incurred on such functions fall under this classification. These functions are further divided into subsidiary functions. This kind of classification provides a clear idea about how the public funds are spent. Okay, functional classifications, various functions. The government has various functions should be run like defense, social welfare, agriculture, infrastructure, and industrial development. These are all the primary functions should be done by the government expenditure. Okay, this is the functional classification. Revenue and capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure are current or consumption expenditure incurred on civil administration, defense forces, public health and education, maintenance of government machinery. This type of expenditure is of recurring type which is incurred year after year. Okay, it is a continuous revenue expenditure is a continuous year by year. The government compulsory should be spent on civil administration, defense forces, public health and education. Maintenance of government machinery is a daily, year by year, year after year, is a recurring type, but it is a continuous expenditure should be spent. uh, the continuous government expenditure is there on revenue expenditure. Okay, another hand capital expenditure are incurred on building durable assets like highways, multi-purpose dams, irrigation projects, buying machinery and equipment. They are non-recurring type of expenditure in the form of capital investment. Such expenditure are expected to improve the productive capacity of the economy. It is the non-recurring. If the it is a long term type we have take the government spending some crores of money on the particular projects, it should be benefit to the all the people and it have the long term purpose. Okay, so that is the capital expenditure. Next, transfer and non-transfer expenditure. ACPకు, the British economist, has classified public expenditure as transfer expenditure, non-transfer expenditure. Transfer expenditure relates to the expenditure against which there is no corresponding return. Yeah, okay. If example, if the government is spending on some activity, okay, uh, if some crores money is spending on different welfare activities, but the government is not getting the revenue from that activity, okay, that is called the transfer expenditure, no corresponding return. Okay, example, national old age pension schemes, interest payments, subsidies, unemployment allowances, welfare benefits to weaker sections, etc. These are activities comes under the transfer expenditure. The government is spending amount money on these are all activities, but the government is not getting the any return from that amount. Okay, by incurring such expenditure the government does not get anything in return. Okay, but it adds to the welfare of the people. Okay, we should remember, the people get the welfare from the above. These are all are the activities, okay, but not get the revenue. Okay, that's why social welfare get from these activities especially belongs to the weaker sections of the society. Such expenditure basically results in redistribution of money incomes within the society. Okay, next, non-transfer expenditure. Non-transfer expenditure relates to the expenditure which results in creation of national or output. Non-transfer expenditure includes development as well as non-development expenditure that results in creation of output directly or indirectly. Okay, non-transfer expenditure, the government sometimes getting the some profits or return revenue to the government, but sometimes some activities not getting. So that is a non-transfer expenditure. For example, providing economic infrastructure such as public transport, bus, power, irrigation, etc. Social infrastructure such as education, health, family welfare, hygiene, housing, etc. Internal law and order and defense, public administration, etc. Okay, economic, social, but if the government is spending on providing facilities, economic overheads are infrastructure, social overheads are infrastructure, like getting the revenue to the government. But in land order, defense, public administration, okay, but they are not getting the directly benefit. Indirectly the society will be benefit. By incurring such expenditure, the government creates a healthy conditions or environment for economic activities. Due to economic growth, the government may be able to generate income in form of duties and taxes. This is a non-transfer expenditure. Next, productive and unproductive expenditure. This classification was made by classical economists on the basis of creation of productive capacity. So first, productive expenditure on infrastructure development, public enterprises or development of agriculture increase productive capacity in the economy and bring income to the government. Thus they are classified as productive expenditure. Productive expenditure is nothing but the development expenditure. Okay, so whatever the government expenditure on activities, okay, that activities will give the benefit to the government or revenue to the government, productive to the government. Okay, input income is raising to the government. So unproductive expenditure in the nature of consumption such as defense, interest payments, expenditure on law and order, public administration don't create any productive asset. Okay, so this is the main difference. The productive expenditure providing the productive activities and income, but unproductive expenditure, the government expenditure on defense, interest payments, law and order, public administration, it is not create the productive asset. Okay, and why? Because the those are all our activities are um, not giving the return to the government. That's why it is called the unproductive, such as expenses are classified as unproductive expenditure. Okay, this is the productive and unproductive expenditure classification. Next, development and non-development expenditure. Modern economists have modified this classification. Okay, classical economists classified the public expenditure productive, unproductive. Modern economists classified the expenditure, public expenditure, development and non-development expenditure. Okay, development expenditure, all expenditure that promote economic growth, and development are termed as development expenditure. These are the same as productive expenditure. Okay, the government is have the responsible objective to ensure increase the growth rate. Okay, economic growth rate, economic development. For that purpose, government expenditure is also increasing uh, for the devel- uh, for the development activities like agriculture, industries. Okay, so service sector which provide the income revenue to the government, and which will be lead to the in future the country's development. Okay, called the development expenditure. Okay, non-development expenditure, it is called the unproductive expenditures are termed as non-development expenditure. Okay, like welfare activities, defense, law and order, interest payments. Okay, these are all comes under the non-development expenditure. Okay, next, grants and purchase price. Okay, this classification has been suggested by the economist Hugh Dalton. Grants are those payments made by public authorities for which there may not be any quid pro quo. That is, there will be no receipt of goods and services. For example, old age pension, unemployment benefits, subsidies, social insurance, grants, or transfer expenditures. Okay, it's like the transfer expenditure. The government is not getting the any benefit, direct benefit to the government with the grants. Purchase prices are expenditure for which the government receives goods and services in return. For example, salaries and wages to government employees, and purchase of consumption and capital goods. Okay, this is the purchase prices the government is getting. The government is spending on salaries, government spending money on wages to the government employees. The government is getting compulsory directly indirectly benefit to the for this expenditure activities. Classification according to the benefits. Okay, public expenditure can be classified on the basis of benefits they confer on different groups of people. Okay, uh, in the society we have different sections of the society people, different groups of the people are there. So that's why how the people is getting benefit from the public expenditure. Okay, this is a classification are there. Common benefits to all. Expenditures that confer common benefit on all the people. For example, expenditure on education, health, transport, defense, law and order, general administration. The government expenditure on these are all are the activities. Definitely, it is a common benefit. Okay, public health. The government are spending on health. The benefit to the all. It is a common expenditure, common benefit to the all sections of the society. Okay, special benefits to all. For example, administration of justice, social security measures, community welfare. It is a special benefits to all. Okay, if someone have want the justice, if someone have the police protection. Okay, it is a special expenditure spending on different people who are in security insecure field. The government providing the protection to that particular community of the people. So that's why the people will get the benefit. If the some people are living in the hill areas. Okay, and some people are living in the most more interior places. Okay, the very special people are they are getting the special benefits to the Okay, if another example, if we have the some different IAS, IPS officers, IF officers, IAS officers, so they will have the special allowances, special benefits. Okay, because of they are the people, the IAS IPS people, they are serving the people, and political leaders, they are also serving the different sections of the people in the society. So that's why they have the some facilities, they have the some allowances, because the 24 by 7 they are the people are survey, they are providing their services to the people. So that's why, so these are the different sections of the people have this special expenditure on the particular community, and they are also getting the special benefits to the all. If the people are IS, IPS, IFS, okay, political leaders, they are the have the special people, they are specially treated and they are getting the special benefits. And that special benefits, if the people are getting the special, they are different allowances, car facilities, housing facilities, government providing the housing and car, and these are the some different allowances. With that allowances, their services is needed to the society. Okay, all people are getting the benefits with the particular sections of the people. Special benefit to someone, example, old age pension, subsidies to weaker section, unemployed benefits. Okay, special benefits to someone only, old age pension and widows pension, single women pensions. Okay, and okay, the and um, BD workers pension. Okay, these are all are the weaker sections of the community. They are getting the, they are the some sections, special benefits to the someone. So this is the classification according to the benefits. Hugh Dartle has also given the classification on public expenditure. Example, expenditure on political executives. Okay, different type of heads of state like the president. Okay, they have the special facilities. Okay, administrative expenditure like government departments and offices have the different administrative expenditure. And security expenditure, expenditure on administration of justice, the government compulsory expenditure on uh, administering the justice, developmental expenditure, social expenditure, public debt charges. Okay, these are all are they have the previous slides, but Hugh Dartle have the different classification and different activities. Okay, in this slide we have the administrative purpose, security or defense, justice, development, and welfare. Okay, other classification, Mr. Hicks classified different classify the public expenditure on the basis of duties of government. Example, defense expenditure, civil expenditure, that is a law and order, development expenditure. Example, agriculture, industry, trade and commerce, transport and communication, etc. Okay, this is the today's video class on public expenditure. We have a we had the discussion on different meaning of definition of public expenditure, need and importance, and different classification, classical, modern economics have providing the public expenditure classifications. Okay, now we will further video we have the different topics on this public expenditure. Okay, stay tuned for more videos. Thank you everyone.